What's up, guys? Joe. Stupid picture. I should do like ASMR type of video, just me sipping coffee. I'm like, yeah, you like that? Oh, yeah. Fuck, that's gross. What the fuck do people watch that shit? Watching girls lick microphones that look like ears? The fuck's wrong with you guys? Shit. Alright, welcome to Joe's help for editing stuff, and I'm gonna show you something. Now, this is a video that I'm working on still. This is for a test build that Paul did recently. Anyways, he's testing it out and all that stuff, so part of like the video, he's showing results, right? You know, he's showing like the performance of like the CPU and all that good stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of parts where, you know, obviously he wants me to punch in, right, on the video.
And lots more tuning and tweaking can be done, of course, but for today, I just wanted to show you guys really quickly what you can do with pretty minimal effort. By the way,
so anyways, like as he's talking, obviously he's gonna be like moving the mouse around and he's gonna be pointing out numbers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna need to punch in so people can have a better idea what he's talking about, right? So you can see like the values better, right? Instead of putting everything like this, right? Now, I actually got called out by Jeremy. Fucker. No, yeah. One of my videos, like, you know, I try to get my videos done as fast as possible, and like I didn't really think about it, and like so I just kind of like didn't like I went on with tutorials. I was punching in like values and talking about filters and stuff like that, and I didn't like punch in that much, right? Mainly because I just, at least from my end, I thought it'd be enough, but actually, yeah, it makes sense. I need to like punch in more and stuff like that. It does take time and all that stuff, but me being me, I'm always trying to figure out a way to get things done faster, right? As you can see here, I'm not done. I still need to edit this part out, but this part here is already edited, right? Now we zoom in here, I can see it's a lot of cuts, right? It's just how it is with these videos, right? And the thing is that when I'm editing, I just want to like cut out all like the dead gaps first, right? As you can see here. Yeah, all this shit, there's a lot of dead space in his videos, right? So my job is basically to cut that shit out, and it's gonna look more like this, right? But the thing is that I focus first on cutting out all the dead space. Then more towards the end, that's when I start to make all the adjustments, like zoom in on like the screen, you know, punch, you know, stuff like that. So obviously, because I have a bunch of cuts here, to like zoom in on where I need to zoom in, especially when these cuts are sharing the same like information, it could be a pain in the ass to like continue like selecting each clip to punch in the same scale values for each clip here, right? Now, let me give you an example.
At a spot temperature for any given core. Meanwhile, our Asus ROG Strix RTX 3080 Ti LC.
So here's a good example, actually. Let me maximize. So he's going to be talking about this area over here, and then he pops over here, right?
It takes longer with an AIO for the liquid and the radiator to raise up to its specific temperature and level out. Meanwhile, our Asus ROG Strix RTX 3080 Ti LC is performing quite admirably, hitting a peak temperature.
Okay, so pretty much in this part, he jumps from here, then he goes over to here, right? And obviously I'm gonna need to like punch in this area so you can see like the values, the numeric values better, right? Now, as you can see here, if I zoom in here, pretty much this part right here, these all share like the same value, right? These three little clips. And then it jumps over this section over here. It jumps over to like this area when it talks about the GPU temperature, right? Now, if I was to select this clip, right? And I also like use the values here to scale it up, and then like position and, you know, do all this other stuff. So pretty much in this section right here, I'm already punched in, right? So you can see the numbers. So if I play that,
raise up to its specific temperature and level out. But as you can see here, 86.
But as you can see here, it would jump back to the non-scaled section, because in this clip right here, I added like the scale value and also the position value, but then it cuts to this area over here and it needs the same information. So yeah, I could right click, say copy, select this, then do a paste attributes, right? And it'll give you, what do you want? Yeah, the scale attributes, hit OK. So now these two clips are sharing the same information in the sense of scaling and position, right? Now, obviously, to do that with all this shit, it's a fucking massive pain in the ass, right? It's a lot, right? Because you have a lot of cuts, right? So I actually figured out a way to do this simple, and that's pretty much what I want to share with you in this video, right? Because yeah, fuck that. It's gonna take a long time. So I'm gonna reset these guys. So these are back to the scale default. Now, something that I learned to appreciate big time is using the transform filters, right? So say the effects, it's video effects, it's at distort, and then it's transform, this one right here, right? But before we use this filter, we need to create an adjustment layer, right? So in my case, let's turn off my camera. I'll go down here to my new item bin. I can click that. I'm gonna go to adjustment layer. the adjustment layer is gonna match the sequence settings here. So I'm hit OK, and it creates an adjustment layer, right? Now I'm gonna click and drag this guy. Just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm only gonna do this little section right here, right? But obviously towards the end of the video, I'm gonna stretch out the adjustment layer to cover the entirety of the video, right? But just for this video, like I said, I'm just gonna keep it short because I'm only doing these two sections because it's the same shit throughout the whole video. I'm just showing you what I just discovered. So in this case, what I wanna do is I wanna like these two clips, they're sharing the same information in the sense that we need to punch in this area, right? And then more around this area, these two clips here, I'm gonna color code them just so they can be different. Yeah, let's do that. This section here is one thing. So these three clips here, I need to punch in on this area over here to show like the values of the CPU, right? And then these two clips, the yellow one, he jumps over to the GPU temperature and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select my adjustment layer. I'm gonna select my transform filter, click and drag it into my adjustment layer. If I go back to the effects control, I got my transform filter here, right? Now this is where the adjustment filter is very handy along with the transform filter, right? Because this is a filter, it's a distortion, right? So in other words, if I was to like select the adjustment layer and try to scale this up, it's not gonna do anything, right? Because all you're doing is you're scaling the overall size of this adjustment layer on the screen, right? So basically we use the transform filter to distort the image that's underneath the adjustment layer, right? So the transform filter is affecting these guys that's underneath it, right? Because it's a distortion filter. So in other words, if I go to the transform filter here and I go to scale, I can scale this up and it starts to affect the filters underneath here, right? And as you can see here, if I click and drag, go over these guys, see these three clips are being affected by the filter with the transform filter, right? Pretty cool. I can also select the positioning, right? I get like the little position target here. I can move around until I can find the location that I want. Let's do 200. Select the position, get the little target thing. Say I want it there. So now the cool thing is, if I play this,
it takes longer with an AIO for the liquid and the radiator to raise up to its specific temperature.
Now see, everything here has that value, right? So yeah, as you can see here, I have that. But then there's a part of the video where he jumps over here. So now I have to move like the values to see what's going on over here in the GPU size section, right? See, this is the cool thing about using the adjustment layer. So now like say, let's just say, I don't know, this extends this way, right? I can select this section, make a cut, and be like, I don't need the filter to, you know, affect this area over here, so I can disable it. I can say, okay, I want this part, I want this part. And then it gets over here, he jumps over to where like the GPU is at. I can make a cut. You can go back to the transform section, go to the positioning. I grab my little target thing, I can move up. And if I want, I can probably zoom in a bit more. Let's just say 250. I can still grab the target here, positioning. This section here has its own values for this section. He's showing the CPUs, right? And then this cut, we made a cut, so now this has a different values. It jumps over to where like the GPU is at. And then pretty much from there, I continue on with like my adjustment layer. Say if I don't need to use that anymore, or this section over here, I can disable that, and it goes back to like a normal, view, right? So that's basically the benefit of using a adjustment layer along with the transform filter, right? You know, it makes it a lot easier for me to like do the zoom in parts, right? I just learned this, so I'm showing this to you right now. So yeah, it's a lot easier instead of like, you know, see all these clips with one adjustment layer. These guys are all scaled up to where I need it. These guys here with the adjustment layer, you know, they're all scaled to where I need them to be, right? And like, I don't have to like, you click individually each fucking clip and then I add the scale and position values to each one, because as you can see here, fuck that. That'll take forever. I have done that, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I'm happy that I fucking discovered this, because this is gonna save me a shitload of time doing it this manner with the fucking, the goddamn adjustment filter thing. So anyways, there you go. So for now on, I guess when I make more videos and tutorials, I can zoom in quicker with this, using this method, using the adjustment layer with the transform filter, right? And hopefully this helps you guys out too if you guys are making your videos and you need to zoom in more. This method can help you out big time. So anyways, that's all for this video. If this video helped you out, I'll put some QR codes if you want to buy me some caffeine so I can wake up and do more videos like this. So, you know, benefits me and you. But if you guys can, no problem. You know, I'm still going to continue sharing what I know, because I like sharing what I know. It's fun. And I like chatting with you guys. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope it helps. Please ask any questions and I'll get back to you with another video and other good stuff. Subscribe, like, all that, yada, yada. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.